Hi guys, today I have an interesting video to show you. You may wondering what am I going to talk about in the video tutorial. Well, I'm going to show you my hypertext narrative. First of all, there's a difference between a traditional narrative and a hypertext narrative. A traditional narrative focuses on the chronological order of history. It contains a structure that must be respected, and in a hypertext narrative, the story is divided into several scenes. It imposes choices, and it's at this moment that the story takes form. It all depends on the choices that we made. We can find my hypertext narrative by writing psychology with Noor. Psychology with Noor.blogpost.ca on Google. You will see all my blog posts. But for now, I will click on my hypertext narrative. How is my story related to my field of study? So as you see, the three choices proposed are forensic psychologist, family therapy, and neurologist. These are all related to psychology, which is my program of study. What workplace and field related vocabulary did I use? So for each story, I use a lot of words like attitude, behavior, stress, self-esteem, overtime, social interaction, and others. All these words are related to psychology. How is my story organized? I didn't do like most students by writing several scenes. I wrote my introduction with the three choices that related to my program, and I created a story about each of these choices offered. Also, how did working with other blog writers help me develop my story? Honestly, work with other blog writers didn't help me because I was already full of ideas and I have my own opinions and my own stories. So I was ready to do my work. Now I will walk you through my story a couple of times. I hope you like it. Sarah graduated at University of Montreal in psychology. She was very experimented in that field of study. Since psychology is divided into several specific professions, Sarah did not know what profession to specialize, but she decided to become a forensic psychology, a family therapy, or a neurologist. For example, I'm going to click on choice 1. Sarah decided to become a forensic psychology. It takes me to scene 1, which is being a forensic psychologist is very fascinating because there's always a new situation that must be managed. Sarah was dealing with issues that connect psychology and the law. She was mostly confronted people who had a problem of behavior, sexual delinquency, and psychopathy. After a few days in that job, she was in a workplace for an overtime, and suddenly her phone rang. It was the police who warned Sarah that there's a serial killer who has escaped from prison. She was very scared and was very concerned about that and could not focus with the problems of her other patients. After a long day, she returned home and discovered that the front door of her beautiful house was broken. Sarah came in and saw the killer with a gun in his hand. She begged him not to kill her, and she would do everything he wanted. At that moment, she felt harassed. She gave him all her money because that was the thing he wanted, and she didn't say a word to anyone. If she spoke, he would kill her. After this trauma, Sarah traveled with her mother to Mexico to regain her senses because she knew that the serial killer was not arrested. After you have clicked on Start Again, it takes you to the top and you will choose another choice to read another story. That's it, and thank you for watching my video.